Right now, something strange is happening in the silver market. Big players are dumping silver. Prices are acting weird. The headlines don't make sense. And for smart investors, this is usually the moment when opportunity is hiding in plain sight. Because when everyone is running in one direction, that's often when the real money is made in the opposite direction. Today, we're going to talk about why silver is being dumped, why the market feels broken, and what this could really mean for the future. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not what most people are talking about. Before we go deep, if you care about protecting your money, building long-term wealth, and understanding what's really happening behind the scenes, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Safe Haven Wealth. It really helps the channel grow, and it tells YouTube to show you more content like this. If you've ever felt confused by markets or worried about your financial future, you're in the right place here. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening. On the surface, it looks simple. Silver prices are weak. Large funds are selling. Some analysts are saying silver is dead money. Others are calling it a bad investment. But when you zoom out, this situation feels very different, because silver is not just another metal. Silver is money. Silver is an industrial metal. Silver is a hedge. And silver sits at the crossroads of finance, manufacturing, and global uncertainty. When big institutions start dumping silver, most people assume they must know something negative. But history shows us something important. Big money often sells when fear is high, when sentiment is low, and when retail investors are confused. That doesn't always mean the asset is weak. Sometimes it means the asset is being shaken out so stronger hands can buy it cheaper. The silver market has always been a strange market. It's small compared to gold. It's easy to manipulate compared to stocks or bonds. And it's heavily influenced by paper trading, futures contracts, and derivatives. That means the price you see on your screen is not always a true reflection of real physical supply and demand. Here's where things get interesting. While paper silver is being sold, physical silver is not as easy to find. Premiums on coins and bars stay high. Mints struggle with supply. Dealers report strong buying from individuals. That tells us something important. The paper market and the physical market are starting to disconnect. And when that happens, it's a sign that the system is under stress. This is why many people are saying the silver market is officially broken. Because a healthy market should reflect reality. If industrial demand is strong, if inflation is still a concern, if geopolitical risks are high, then silver should not be acting weak for long periods. Yet that's exactly what we're seeing. Let's talk about industrial demand for a moment. Silver is used in solar panels, electric vehicles, electronics, medical devices, and more. The world is pushing toward green energy. Solar power is expanding. EV production is growing. All of this requires silver. Unlike gold, silver gets used up. It gets consumed. It's not all recycled. That means supply can get tight over time. At the same time, mining is not growing fast. New silver mines are expensive. Environmental rules are stricter. Energy costs are higher. That makes it harder and more costly to produce new silver. So you have rising long-term demand and limited supply growth. On paper, that should support higher prices. So why is silver being dumped? One reason is interest rates. When rates are high, money flows into bonds and cash. That puts pressure on precious metals. Another reason is algorithm trading. Large funds don't think like long-term investors. They follow momentum, trends, and signals. When silver breaks certain technical levels, automated selling kicks in. But here's the key point most people miss. These moves are often short-term. They don't change the long-term story. They just create volatility, and volatility is where emotional investors make mistakes. Smart money understands this. They use fear to their advantage. They buy when sentiment is bad. They sell when everyone is excited. That's how wealth is built quietly, not in the headlines. Think about how many times this has happened before. In past market cycles, silver was called dead. People lost interest. Prices stayed low. Then suddenly, when inflation surged or confidence in the system dropped, silver exploded higher. The same people who said silver was useless suddenly wished they had bought it earlier. Another thing to understand is how tightly silver is connected to the overall financial system. When banks are under pressure, when debt levels are high, when currencies are being printed, precious metals become a safety valve. They are a vote of no confidence in paper money. Governments and central banks don't like that. A rising silver price sends a message that people don't trust the system. That's why some investors believe silver prices are kept under control. Whether you believe in manipulation or not, one thing is clear. The structure of the silver market allows large players to influence price in ways that don't always reflect physical reality. For everyday investors, this creates confusion. You see bad price action and you assume something with silver itself. But often, what's wrong is the system around it. This is why at Safe Haven Wealth, we focus on understanding the bigger picture, not just today's price, not just one bad month, but the long-term trends that actually shape wealth over years, not days. Ask yourself this: is the world becoming more stable or more unstable? Is debt going down or up? Are governments printing less money or more? Are supply chains getting simpler or more fragile? When you answer these honestly, silver's long-term case becomes very clear. We are in a world of rising debt, rising uncertainty, and growing geopolitical tension. Trust in institutions is fragile. People are looking for real assets, hard assets, things that can't be printed. That's where silver fits in. The fact that silver is being dumped right now may not be a warning sign. It may be a signal that the market is stressed, a signal that paper prices are disconnected from physical reality, a signal that something bigger is building under the surface. For patient investors, this is often when positioning happens quietly, without excitement, without hype. The real money is usually made before the headlines change. Think of it like this. When everyone loves an asset, it's usually expensive. When everyone hates an asset, it's often cheap. Right now, silver is not loved. It's ignored. It's doubted. That's exactly when long-term investors start paying attention. This doesn't mean silver will go up tomorrow. It doesn't mean you should rush in blindly, but it does mean you should stop listening only to short-term noise. Markets are emotional. They swing from fear to greed. The smart investor stays calm and thinks in years, not weeks. Another factor people forget is how small the silver market really is. It doesn't take much new demand to move prices. A shift in investor sentiment, a supply disruption, or a surge in industrial usage can change the picture very quickly. When that happens, prices can move fast. And those who waited for perfect confirmation often miss the biggest part of the move. This is why understanding cycles matters. Silver moves in long cycles. Long periods of boredom followed by sharp, explosive moves. Most people only notice silver when it's already gone up. By then, the easy gains are often gone. Right now, we are in the boring, frustrating part of the cycle. That's when discipline matters. That's when research matters. That's when long-term thinking separates serious investors from emotional traders. At Safe Haven Wealth, we don't chase hype. We look for stress points in the system. We look for assets that are misunderstood, underappreciated, and quietly building pressure. Silver fits that description very well right now. If you feel uneasy about what's happening in the world economy, you're not alone. Many people sense that things are not normal. Debt levels, money printing, political tension, and market volatility all point to a fragile system. In that kind of environment, having exposure to real assets is not about getting rich quick. It's about protecting purchasing power and staying prepared. Silver is not perfect. It's volatile. It can be frustrating, but it has one powerful advantage. It has no counterparty risk. It doesn't depend on a bank, a company, or a government promise. It just exists. When people lose trust in systems, they look for things they can trust. That's why precious metals have survived for thousands of years. Not because they are trendy, but because they are real. So when you see headlines saying silver is being dumped, don't just see weakness. See information. See stress. See a market that may be sending signals that most people are not paying attention to yet. The market doesn't ring a bell at the bottom. It doesn't send you a message saying, now is the perfect time. Instead, it creates doubt. It creates boredom. It creates fear. And that's usually when opportunity is quietly forming. Whether you invest in silver or not, the bigger lesson is this. Don't let short-term price action control your long-term thinking. Don't let headlines replace research. And don't let fear push you into decisions you might regret later. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you're subscribed to Safe Haven Wealth, because we go deeper into these topics and help you see what most people miss. This channel is about thinking ahead, not reacting late. And before you go, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think silver is being unfairly sold off? Do you think the silver market is broken? Or do you believe this is just another normal cycle? Drop a comment and share your view. Your opinion matters here, and your comments help grow this community. If you think this video could help someone understand what's really happening in the markets, share it with them. The more people who think critically about money, the better prepared we all are. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting Safe Haven Wealth, and I'll see you in the next video.